Okay, so let's go through the top features that you need in a project management software to help your team be more efficient. Now, if you're just catching this for the first time, a previous video I did, I talked about how to get your team to be more efficient and build a better culture at the same time. Watch that one first, then come back to this one. Now, there is no right or wrong in the exact platform you use, but here's some of the features to look for. First things first, you need to be able to assign the task to a person. You need to be able to assign a start and end due date. You need to be able to assign a priority, some basic features so that the team understands what it is that needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and by whom. You know, basic stuff. Most of them will do that. Next, it's going to be really important to make sure that you have a software that allows you to string together multiple tasks into some sort of a workflow. And ideally, it's a workflow that you could clone over and over and over again, or maybe even create a template out of so that you can use it over and over again. And finally, this one is actually hard to find. The difference between the amateur platforms and the pro platforms is that you're really going to want to make sure that you are able to link tasks in that workflow to each other to say things like, this task can't start until that one is done, and this one can't complete until that one is started, things like that. And ideally, you would be able to plot that entire workflow in the Gantt view. That's basically kind of like a fancy timeline view. Now, this is important because if you have a simple 5-step process, obviously you're not going to need that level of connection. But the minute you start working on bigger or more complicated projects with your team, you're going to be much better at completing the right tasks in the right order if you're able to make those linkages, and your online business manager is going to be able to manage it better if they're able to have Gantt view. One of the first things I look for when I'm talking to an online business manager is whether or not they're interested in Gantt view, because if they are, they're a pro. And if they say it's not important, they may be less experienced. Now, the favorites I see in the industry are Trello. Everyone loves Trello. Asana is another really big one. And ClickUp, of course, is in the running as well. Now, of those three, the only one that offers everything that I just advised you on today is ClickUp. Trust me, as a project manager who worked in corporate for 20 plus years, looking for something equivalent yet inexpensive, ClickUp is where it's at, my friend. Like and follow for more tips on scaling.